Hello and welcome to what is my latest attempt at resurrecting this automotive YouTube channel. I've been doing some work for some other automotive channels and figured maybe it was time to start doing some of my own content. And I wanted to start it off with this. Over the past couple of years, I've been gaining quite a bit of interest in 80s and 90s sort of rad era Mercedeses, especially the W126 S-Class. So when I saw this absolute gem get posted on Copart as a vandalism car, I knew that I had to keep it on my watch list. This car was set as a future date. It sat around on my watch list for like 2 months, and then finally when its auction date came, I decided that I really liked the noise that the bid button makes on Copart. So I clicked it once. I clicked it one time, and I was awarded the car. So this is my 1986 Mercedes 420 SEL that has been in a little bit of a situation, as you can see from the marks on the windshield and the absence of this window here. It had a little bit of a situation that totaled it out. I bought it from the insurance company via auction, and now I own it. So I'm gonna switch to POV, and I'm gonna take you guys for a little bit of a tour around this flagship. As a little bit of background into this car, this particular generation of S-Class, the W126, was made from 81 to 91, so this had a 10-year model run, and it ran right alongside the E32 BMW 7 Series, which is actually a car that I used to own, so it's kind of like I've switched over to the dark side buying this. I'm just gonna go out. Can you talk about guns on YouTube? I don't know. It's very obviously bullet wounded. I guess I shouldn't really tiptoe around the fact that this car has certainly been in some sort of a drive-by shooting. I have a little bit of black tape over where there are actual holes because this car was sitting outside for a brief amount of time before I brought it into the warehouse here. This is the only window, well, this window here and this window here are the only windows on the car that went unscathed. Unfortunately, this one here, I don't really want to peel that off and scare that I'm going to get glass, even though this is safety glass, but there was an exit here. And the most peculiar one is the one right here on the driver's door, which appears to maybe be an exit hole. If we open the door here, don't mind all the glass that's going to fall out. We lift up this handy-dandy piece of tint right here. You can see under there that there is another hole there in the door panel. But I guess this is a great segue now to show you the interior of the car. We do have this super nice, go away. We do have this super nice red leather in here that's actually in pretty good shape. There's a little rip right here on the driver's seat, but that's really about it. This thing's got 186,000 miles on it. And I feel like this interior was in quite a bit better shape, obviously, before its incident. Kind of disappointed that the steering wheel isn't leather because I do love a proper leather steering wheel, but I might throw one on. This is just sort of like a rubber material that Mercedes threw on their cars, I think until like 1987. I think I missed that by like 1 year. The dash is a little bit cracked. Yes, so this is obviously a car that has a very interesting story, and I really wish I knew the story. I can only assume what happened to it, and with the nature of the damage, I'm sure it's quite a good story. This was listed as a run and drive car, and in fact, when the tow driver, I had it shipped here, when it was dropped off outside, keys were in the ignition, I arrived that morning, got right in it, and it fired right up. I haven't tried to fire it up in a couple weeks, so I'm suspecting the battery may be dead, but why don't we give it a shot together? Hand on heart, promise I have not tried to do this in a couple of weeks, so this is going to be the same reaction as you guys have, because I don't know what's going to happen with this thing. Oh, there's that Mercedes buzzer. Will she fire up? Oh, she sure will. Oh, does she want to? Oh yes. That is the sound of success right there, everybody. It's an interesting idle, but at least it's idling. It's not even like smoking out of the back or anything. It's just, oh, is it? No, it's idling like any other 80s car. Sounds like it's maybe misfiring a little bit. I don't know. But anyways, as you can see, it does run. Okay, I don't really want to stink it up too bad in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. But as you can see, it does run and drive. Well, you didn't see it drive because I didn't drive it, but let's go ahead and pop the hood. I can show you under there as well. Be careful not to spill glass everywhere. This is something that was a little bit disappointing when I got it. In the pictures, the grill was perfect, and when it arrived, it was not perfect. So a little bit disappointing. The way you open these hoods is very interesting. You sort of yank up here, this lever pops out, and then you're able to open the hood just like this. There it is, the 4.2 liter Mercedes V8. I'm terrified of the plastic timing chain guides, but yeah, there it is. That is the heart of the beast. I'm not sure on power output. I would assume it's somewhere around 200 horsepower. While we're opening things up, why don't we take a look in the trunk, where there are also many concerning things. We have a glove. We have a bottle of power steering fluid. There's a bottle of coolant, a homemade funnel out of a Gatorade bottle, and a couple of other automotive fluids, a couple carpet squares, and well, there's another glove under there. This whole trunk was full of water when I got it, and in fact, it kind of smells like a boat in there, and it's definitely not a very kind smell, so we're going to shut that. Let's take a look in the back seat here. Again, like, the interior in this thing is really not bad. It was just attacked, and unfortunately didn't fare too well. But oh yes, as you can see right there, the rear view mirror was skimmed, so that's broken off. I'm gonna have to find a new one of those. But overall, it's really not so bad. Look at the way that that broke. Isn't that interesting? Safety glass is very, very peculiar. It nicked that door panel right there as well. But overall, I would say it's not so bad. The fact that the battery kept a charge after 2 weeks, thing just fired right up, that is pretty cool. Can't exactly drive it right now because if you're familiar with Copart, you'll know that the way that they transport vehicles is they get a forklift under them. I'm demonstrating with my hands. They put the forklift under the car like this, and they lift it up from the front. And I'd assume that's also how the grill got damaged. But they also broke something underneath the car that is sort of causing the wheels. As you can see, this one is towed out a little bit towards the outside of the car. And so is this one. So they broke some sort of a sway bar or something under, which is causing it to, well, it's causing the wheels to be like this and drive like this. So not exactly in the right means to drive right now, but I promise if you subscribe to the channel, you will see this thing out on the road very soon. All right, let's shut this thing. Look at that Mercedes badge. How cool is that? It was worth the purchase price right there just for that badge. Such a solid noise. Mercedes were built like bank vaults back in the 80s, and this car is a true testament to that. It was absolutely lit up with that item there, and it survived. It still runs and drives. Got a couple holes here and there, but overall, still pretty cool. Still a pretty cool car. So then make sure to stick around if you want to see the fate of this W126 S-Class. I think I want to restore it back to its former glory, replace all our glass, work on the interior quite a bit, and obviously fix the problem that's stopping me from driving it so we can actually go out on the road and see what this thing is like to drive, because I have only driven this car like half a mile around the parking lot, and it was so impossibly hard to steer the car and not have the wheels drag that I just decided to stop. As for the actual channel, I'll probably be filming the start to quite a lot of videos in my warehouse here that I share with a couple of buddies who have, as you can see, quite the array of cars, except all of these cars except this SVT Contour here all belong to me. So if you want to see more content on those cars, stick around. I also shoot videos for the TOPher. I am Substitute Topher on the TOPher channel. So if you're not subscribed to him, make sure to go check him out, but you're probably coming from his channel if you're here. So hello, this is what my face looks like. I also shoot for Daily Motor. Charlie and I shoot quite a few videos together, and for Winding Road magazine. All of those videos are shot in POV. I kind of want to make this channel a little bit of a mixture of both. A little bit of stand-up stuff, a little bit of POV. just to have a nice little mixture there. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this car, and we'll get to these cars here in just a little bit. So make sure to subscribe and stick around. I'm rebranding this channel as TOPHER Drives because I recently found myself in a little bit of accidental TikTok. I have some sort of a following on TikTok. So if you're coming from TikTok, hello. And I just want to be consistent across platforms. So I feel like I'm rambling at this point. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next video.